come in, pop a squat, grab a cup of coffee, or a tea, or anything else, and just let's have a conversation. So, today's topic that I wanted to talk about was a video that keeps getting recommended all around YouTube. A lot of smaller YouTubers are getting a lot of views from it, and I've just been kind of straying away from it because I don't want to deal with it. But the thing is, the Mr. Beast situation by itself is crazy. Not only because it feels like his apology for being associated with Ava Chris Tyson does not feel appropriate. It does not feel to the degree of what it should be. And I know that a lot of YouTubers get in controversies all the time. There's a lot of stuff that happens all the time. But if you've seen my Twitter post, I don't know if you did or didn't. I mean, it isn't getting a whole lot of traction, but it's not the end of the world. But basically in it, I stated how I was very upset that not only did Mr. Beast deliver a very poor response to a lot of allegations, but then would go on to collaborate with two of the most controversial influencers, two of the most scummiest of scumbags to produce a product. And I already didn't agree with, I did not agree with Mr. Beast. I personally, I like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier. I feel like a lot of his views that he got was either, gambling or, trying to get people to do stuff like, hey, if you keep your hand on this car for, so and so long, you'll win, the car and some money. And, it just feels like he made millions off of just that gimmick, and that feels like gambling. Feels like gambling with extra steps where he tries to keep it legal, but it's still not legal, but it's not the end of the world. That's just my bias. Don't want to show off my collarbone. I'm not a hussy. So, my thing is yes, I'm coming into this with a little bit of bias. Yes, I've been watching YouTube videos on this, so, maybe tomorrow or the next day he might come out against these allegations and be like, oh, these weren't true, I have proof, and then, completely shock everybody. But I just want to talk on it for my own opinion and how I feel about it. I mean, you guys could take my, opinion with a grain of salt, but, it's still my opinion. I'm just giving it, whether you want to listen or not. But, so, I think not only his lack of appropriate response was horrible, I think the collaboration with two controversial YouTubers, I wouldn't even call them YouTubers, I would rather call them, influencers, because I'm not even gonna lie to you, if you combine KSI and Logan Paul, you get literally Jack Dobrik. You get Jack Dobrik. And I know before you say, oh my god, Jack Dobrik, he does all these worst YouTube videos, and Mr. Beast and KSI do way better videos. Yes, that's fine. That's fine that they both do, better YouTube videos than Jack Dobrik. I know Jack Dobrik's bad, but that's giving you an idea of how bad together they are. I couldn't even, I didn't even watch Logan Paul's videos. I watched his Vines, and I always thought they were funny. And I just didn't pay attention until the controversy over the Hanging Man and the Japanese Woods. Or, I don't know the exact place. Do not nail me on a cross for that. But I don't know the exact place on where it was. But I just noted that he made fun of somebody who had, was cracking small jokes at somebody who hung himself. And that astonished me. That didn't make me like him already. and then like hearing about his weird crypto NFT scan or whatever it is further cemented me not liking him. And then I think one or two times I tried, like, genuinely attempted to sit down and watch his content and could not. Mr. Beast, his content was okay. You know, like I said, I didn't like how he, like, threw all these raffles and made people, like, sit here for, like, and compete and, like, make all these challenges where people were obviously going to end up trying to last out as long as they can, and it ending with them hurting themselves, or, you know, the prize wasn't worth it, or, you know, all parties get paid. Ooh, I gotta get a haircut. I thought about man bunning it, but I feel like man bun throws off my look, but, you know, it's whatever. Besides my hair, so, alrighty, I don't really like those three YouTubers, but just his response to the controversy, and then on top of that, making a Lunchables or Lunchify, which is supposed to be better than Lunchables, but it's not. It's not better than Lunchables. Dane TDM calls him out, and then their response, it was bad. It was really bad. The response that they had to this cemented Mr. Beast's death warrant in stone. There was no coming back from that. After not only having Dan TDM comment on him, but having a response like that, getting completely dogged on by Community Notes, and then Jacksepticeye coming up with follow-up, and then them trying to dog on him, and Community Notes just tearing them up. Community Notes has done a great job for tearing through them, but it's just sad to see that Mr. Beast is one of the top YouTubers, somebody that everyone should look up to, and everyone should be trying to be like, just like, basically what he did was the equivalent of, like, if somebody had allegations, then instead of, like, gave a sloppy bad response, and then took a bucket of lead paint and said, this is better than that paint over there because it's not lead based, slapped a Supreme label on it and handed it to him. And it's like, but then when you look at the paints, one has lead base, which is the one that Mr. Beast gave you, and then the other one doesn't. You can't say one's better than the other and then it be fake as fuck. And, you know, I get you're trying to sell a product, you know, you're YouTubers, but the thing is you can't make a lie like that. You can't just lie to people like that, especially children who are going to be watching my video, who are going to be watching your videos, who have been watching you since about day one, and they probably don't even know about the allegations, and if they do, they probably do not care because you're a YouTuber. You know, I know some kids, they'll just overlook that because you're a really popular YouTuber, and that's what gets me the most with the entire thing, is the factor that this is marketed towards children, but is worse than Lunchables. You claim that is better than Lunchables, but it's not. It's worse, which just baffles me, because if I'm going to launch a product, and I've been testing this product, which I don't even think they've really, like, looked deep into their product. Same with Logan Paul. I think Mr. Beast, entrepreneur, I think he already understood that Mr. Beast chocolate bars needed more sugar in them, or else they weren't going to sell right. But for a multi-millionaire, he should not be altering his product. He has money. That's another thing, is that all three of these YouTubers have money. They have wealth. They have great outstanding amounts of money. Why in the world would you create products that just overall suck? Like, before you say even, like, you know, Cloak brand or like any of these, or like Jacksepticeye's morning coffee or any of these other coffees or any other products that people are selling. Yes, those products are definitely products to make money for YouTubers, but in the same instance, one, most of these YouTubers are not to the level of Mr. Beast. Most of these are OGs that don't have as much as Mr. Beast, and that's probably because he makes money not only off of his videos, he makes money off of his side businesses, and most likely makes money just for pretty much existing, which I find funny. But at the end of the day, like I said, he's out to make money, and I get that for the Mr. Beast bar and that, but you have to go back on your claims if you say it's better than what you're selling currently, and then change the product, the product, because it's so bad. That is so bad. That's like the equivalent of me being like, got real close to personal with the microphone. This is like me saying, this is a purple colored pencil. Okay, I'm gonna sell you this colored pencil, but if this doesn't sell a whole lot, I'm going to take this back and make it a blue pencil. Okay, now you already know it's a blue pencil, but what I'm gonna say to you is, it's a purple pencil. It's better than the purple pencil, but there's no claim to back that this blue pencil is better than that purple pencil. There's no claim to back it up, and even if he makes a claim, it doesn't change anything that people have found that it has the same, if not bit more sugar than a Hershey's bar, and you claim that it's better than a Hershey's bar. That peeved me a lot with Mr. Beast. That upset me a lot with him. And, you know, I get it. You're trying to make a buck. I get it, you're trying to make a buck. But in the same time, you're marketing to children. Whether it be Lunchify with its lead in it, or, you know, your Mr. Beast bars, or Logan Paul's crypto scam. You can't just lie to people on your product, especially little children. That's my biggest thing. That's my biggest peeve. Is that they're not taking advantage of like men or like women or like grown people, transgender. They're not marketing this product to any like adults, any sort of like adults. He's marketing it to children. This man is going to be a war criminal. Okay, those avocado animations, they were right. Because the reason I say they were right is because this man is a literal war criminal. He's literally extorting money from children. Because the reason I say extorting is because that's all you can claim it as. There's no, you know, he's taking advantage of children. You know, he's got a younger audience, so of course they're buying the product. No, he knows that it's younger children buying this stuff. So he is avidly trying to get this fan base to buy his product, which upsets me to my core, that he's using children, literal like children, to buy a product just because he thinks that he doesn't make enough money. I could tell you right now, even me, it's like, I have 66 subs. I know I mentioned that a lot. I hope you guys know, I have a little celebration when we reach the funny number. I did post about it on my Twitter, but once we reach that funny number, I'm doing a celebration. And then also at 100 subs, we're going to do a celebration too. That one will be a little bit better, a little bit bigger, and a little bit more extravagant. But I will definitely have a celebration for 100 subs. I don't know what we're going to do yet. And also, if you didn't know, spooky season is coming up. So we're going to be playing some more horror games. And hopefully by Monday or Tuesday, we'll get our PS4 camera so that I can start live streaming. And when we do live stream, I'm probably going to honestly switch my PS4, which, if you don't know, the jazz in the background is coming from my PS4 that I have sitting over there. It's right in front of my bed. I'm probably gonna post it up here, clean up my background, and do some like recoloring and that, and then come back to you guys and do some videos. But overall, the overarching point of everything has to be, Mr. Beast, you suck, dude. You suck so much because you understand your fan base, and you're trying to avidly sell the children a worse product than what they have. I mean, Lunchables and Lunchify are both bad, but come on, man. Do better. Do better. Listen to Jack and Dan TDM. Do better. Anyway, this has been Crunchy Almond, and I loved talking to all of you, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.